Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? What have you been up to this November? I hope a lot of amazing things have come your way. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me today while we get our monthly planning done. Can you guys believe we're in December? Crazy. Okay, guys, we are going to dive on in and plan your epic story. My first question to you is, what are your gold star moments for November? What are you most proud of? Hey, Bryn, hello. Been a hot minute. How's it going on? For me, it was reworking my story and realizing that I had wandered too far from the kind of story I want to tell. I want it to be an adventure love story. Think like Romancing the Stone kind of thing. And it was turning into like feeling more like an historical romance or something. It was like, no, this is not what I want. Ellis, welcome. Thank you for joining. Bryn, Gold Star, I survived family upheaval. Laugh out loud. Yes, how did your Thanksgiving go, guys? Ours was back in October, so generally we don't have November is a little crazy for most of the writing community, at least especially in the US. Hey, Misty, hello, hon. How's it going? Okay, guys. So if you haven't already done so, the template is in the description for this video. So you'll have your nice new updated one for December. So go and grab that. You can use it either digitally and something like GoodNotes on your tablet, or you can print it out and do a hard copy. I do believe I put up the one that is printer friendly. So it does print quite nice, and I recommend double-sided, but you don't have to. It's all good. Alice, I finished my revisions for my middle grade. Oh, congrats. I love that. Very cool. Okay, guys. So the aim for planning your epic story is, what are we looking to do? The epic story system is a monthly planning system. It focuses on what you want to achieve in a month, has you reflect on where you are starting from and the destination you have in mind, steps you through breaking those goals down, defines active steps you will take, and creates a week by week strategic plan for the month ahead. And it'll give you a nice way to just walk through and give yourself permission to break things down over the 6 weeks that we're going to have. Sort of. We only have one day in the first week, but I like to basically include that so that we can kind of start thinking forward, and we can always use the tail end of a month to our benefit, right? Or the beginning. So we're breaking things down to 6 weeks, which will make things a lot easier. Okay, guys, these are your templates that you will find in the description. So we have a 4-page template starting with the ordinary world and moving into the special world. The ordinary world, the ingredients are, picture this, major conflicts, important dates, important tasks, and at a glance. And the preparation is, you want to be honest. You want to check in with your values as you're doing this to make sure that you are doing the things that matter to you, that matter to your family, to your work ethic, to your overall direction you want to take your life. I want you to prioritize and reflect, because often we say yes to things we don't have time for. And we have to wonder if maybe someone else can do that and do a little delegating, or if we can do we can shift things around and maybe ask to do it later when there's more time, and stop causing ourselves harm, right? Hey, Rita, welcome, hon. Okay, guys, so page 1 template, as you will see the parts here. So it looks like it's a lot more there than it is, but it just breaks it down really nice and easily for us so that we can just quickly go through and take inventory of what we need to do and what's coming at us throughout the month of December and a little bit into January as well. So picture this is a brief vision of the future you want to create for yourself and those you love. This can be anywhere from the next few months to the next few years or even further, whatever you want to basically, how strong you want that vision to be, how large of a piece you want it to be of what you're heading toward, and what do you want it to kind of, which one's going to motivate you more? So picture this: the protagonist, you, stands in a place of discontent, longing for something. Close your eyes, guys. What world do you see? What are you doing? Who is beside you? What do you feel? What do you value? What matters to you? I think a really important one on this is who is with you, because sometimes we have relationships that are not serving us and possibly holding us back. So take a look at that and make sure that the people you're surrounding yourself with are serving you as well in a healthy way. Okay, guys? So we're going to take a quick 2-minute timer here and just fill in. It's just a small little space and it's just a glimpse. So you can decide how far you want to go. For me, I've just basically taken the year ahead because we are heading into December. It feels right to kind of do that little bit of pre-thinking of what 2025 is going to look like and the things that you kind of see for yourself occurring in that. Okay, guys, let's dive in and use that first little box with the one with the stars that says picture this and go. Okay, what did you guys come up with? I kind of imagined it as the doorways that I want to step through in 2025 and kind of what that looks like. Picturing them as a more physical thing that I have to manage to unlock and what steps that's going to take to get there. I think I may actually rework that section so that it has that. I think I love that visual, and I think that really helps to see what we're trying to achieve. Let's see. I will keep moving, guys. As we move through this, we may not complete the entire plan. There may be things that you have to look up and confirm. So keep that in mind and don't let it hold you back, okay? We want to keep this into a tight little time slot. So generally speaking, as we move through our goals section, we'll probably only get through 1 or 2 goals worked completely through, but that is okay because we're working the system and learning the system. So, and then we can use it to go back and get the other ones, right? Hey, Elizabeth. Hello, hun. Okay, guys, let's move forward with our next section. Major conflicts. These are usually planned events, more than a few days. They are routine wrecking, guys. They will completely mess you up because they're going to break your routines and have you focusing on things that, yes, they're wanted. Yes, they often work to our values in terms of our family and friends. But at the same time, our routines go out the window, and then we have to find ourselves getting back to that. So we want to be able to get ahead of this stuff. And often they will also cause deadlines to get a little messed up because we don't realize how much time we're going to be giving to these, right? Also, your goal is to literally to protect your deadlines because you don't want to plan something that's going to be fun and amazing and then come finish that up and then come back to, reality and realize that you've now, instead of having the weeks that you thought to accomplish something, you now are down to a very tight time slot and causing yourself a lot of stress. We try not to do that. So if we can see stuff coming, we can start to incorporate some stuff in advance into our plan and get those little extras if we can now before the craziness occurs. Let's see, Rita, lots of family time for this month and celebration of birthday of grandbaby and birth of grandbaby in June. Oh, love it. Proof copy of Lyra in Q1. Beautiful. Love that. Okay, guys. So your major conflicts. So what strategies can you implement to reduce chaos and protect your objectives? That's what we're trying to do here. So the biggest one is obvious for December. We have all the holiday stuff. We have Christmas. We have Boxing Day plans. We have probably multiple family visits to deal with. We have maybe Christmas Eve plans. We have maybe work parties and family parties that we want to go to. And it can become a very busy, busy month of a lot of things that you may not even be aware of yet, that you may get invited to, and you'd like to go because it's going to be fun, and it's also giving you an opportunity to be with friends and family, and you want to be able to leave time for that. So taking a quick little look, we're kind of have to consider what will this affect, what are the possibilities are from previous years of things that may have come up. Do we want to allocate a few hours here and there for that, or just maybe take a chunk of time and set it aside in our monthly plan to realize that we want to leave time for those things. And if they don't happen, bonus time, guys, bonus time. So for this one, for Christmas, we have all the shopping that's involved, all the food prep that happens, and extra meal times that are fancier, that take more time. Travel, decorating can also take several hours if you go overboard like me. Guys, when I do my Christmas tree, I'm probably like 5 to 6 hours. I'm insane, but I love it, so I do it. But yeah, these things are going to take some chunk of time, right? There's also weather changes. Like we're already experiencing some of the colder weather, the snow, the ice. That is going to make things take a little longer. We can't just be, speeding down the highway. We're going to have to slow down to get from A to B. So more time for travel. And then just the celebration days themselves. You want to be able to be there and enjoy them. So let's take a quick 2-minute timer and list out some of the things that you're going to actively be taking part in or preparing for family events. And then just kind of give a brief little time of how much time you think you may need to give to that. Like for me, shopping, I've got about 10 hours. I probably will end up being hopefully less than that, but I'm going with 10 because some years it's easy. So some years it's a little more difficult, and I find myself wandering, trying to find things for people. And, so I'm going to give myself 10 hours. Food prep, I've got about 4. Maybe a little shy on that. I might want to go a little higher. Decorating, I've got 6 hours down here because I've been telling myself I'm going to go a little bit more light this year. It's probably a lie. I probably should add some time to that. And then celebration. I've got 2 days down here because I know we're going to really take it easy and enjoy the Christmas season. So, and that may even be on the light side. So let's see. Elizabeth, I'm going to celebrate the fact that I have done some difficult things within the last couple of months that have helped my mental health hugely. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, hon. My gold star for November is learning better stress coping mechanisms. Beautiful. I have college finals next month and some other schoolwork to finish up on before the semester is over. And then you get a nice break. So you can see that as your reward as well. Maybe plan a couple fun things post semester that you can just enjoy before the next one starts, right? Okay, guys, let's get our 2-minute time wrap and take just kind of a quick little list of the things that you may want to be taking part in this year and give or take a little bit of how much time you think it's going to take. This does not need to be perfect, guys. This is just a little glimpse. And go. Okay, what'd you guys come up with? The other thing I should have mentioned is when. When do you think you'll be doing these things? Because I just realized that the food prep will most likely be the 24th, but I could make it the 23rd and have everything pre-prepped. And then that makes everything easier for the actual days that we want to celebrate and have fun. And it's just a matter of basically doing the base cooking of it versus all the chopping and the prepping, right? I think I like that. So when do you plan on doing these things? Get that down there too, guys. Elizabeth, I plan to remind myself that I have less than a month left of the semester. This semester has been exhausting, fatigue-inducing, but I'm doing it. Yes, I found my daughter, same thing. That first semester was a lot. And now she's kind of, she's a full year in, we're in our second year, and she's just, you can see that she's confident, she's relaxed, she survived that first year, and she now knows what's expected and more how to tackle it, and she has her own systems in place, and she's so much happier and relaxed now. But that first term, whew, yeah. Okay, guys, this one's relatively easy. Important dates. These are your commitments. These are your scheduled. They mattered. They reflect your values, often in terms of the things that you need to do for yourself and the things that you're doing for family and friends that you are important to you, maintaining those relationships. And your goal is nothing is missed. We want a good overview of what's coming at us. So even if we need to change plan or something, at least we don't get any surprises coming at us, right? So we want a good overview. Your important dates are, oops, Oh, my bad. I had a second one to that. So think in terms of birthdays and celebrations, maybe work events that might be coming up, anything that maybe being the Christmas season, you've agreed to help some people out. When and where is that happening? How long do you need to give to that? And just kind of think through the different things that you might have coming at you. Any volunteering, any other service-based things you might be doing, or just literally it's December. You want to go and have a tea or coffee with your best friend, and you're going to make that happen because you guys haven't seen each other for a few weeks, and you want to make that into your plan, right? So get those ideas in there, even if some of it is your wish list, so that way you are having an amazing time and having the fun and maintaining the relationships that matter to you. All right, guys. So on that one, you'll see the section with the important dates. So there's a place to name it. There's date, there's a start time, end time, list off if there's any travel time that you have to deal with, any prep, any confirmations you might have to make. There might be extra appointments that you need to make. Take the doggo to the groomer to make him all pretty for Christmas, and make sure that he's also getting that little bit of pampering this time of year. Any of those kind of things that you want to make sure that you can get done. And even if you haven't booked it yet, maybe put down a date that you would like to see that happen and a question mark so that you can kind of think about how that fits in with the other plans and if it actually works. And go. Okay, what did you guys come up with? Yeah, so I realized, I'm sorry guys, apologize for that. I'm gonna probably have to get the puppers into the groomers probably around the 18th in order to, I would like it to be later, but I don't think it's going to quite work out. So I'm going to aim for around the 18th. That way he'll be clean and pretty for Christmas, and he'll be comfortable and happy. Let's see. Elizabeth, oh no, that one. Jess, I completely forgot this was happening today. I know, I don't normally do this on Friday, but I wanted to get it done before the end of the month, and last week when I wanted to do it, I was not well, guys, so I didn't get to. But I've been trying all week to get myself back to a healthy state. The voice had left as well, so that did not help matters because how am I supposed to communicate with you guys? So what did you guys come up with? For me, I'm also giving myself, I put in there just loosely some of those prep days that I want to do. And that way I can work that into my schedule as well. I want to actually, one of them I might want to tweak to the day earlier just to make things easier. We have also this semester of classes wrapping up as well for my daughter, so I want to kind of get some fun time in there. So I want to schedule a few things with her as if I can. Let's see, Jess, I have 2 funerals this week, so not much work probably. No, that's going to protect yourself. Take the time you need, hun. Totally. And it's perfectly okay. Don't stress yourself out. Don't stress. That's partly why we do this. So we don't stress ourselves out. So take the time you need to process and deal with that, right? Yeah, I've met too many people who just pushed right on through, and it's not good. Okay, guys. Important tasks. These are your home life projects. This is your environment, your family, personal things that you want to do, or little goals that you might have for yourself. And the goal is simply to make progress. Stop standing where we are and actually make little incremental change as we go forward. So this could be certain things you want to prep in your house. I have a nice piece from my fireplace that I need to sit down at some point and install. It's like a porcelain piece that goes in the back, so it has more reflections and kind of doubles up the look of the flame. So I want to get that in there. I want to figure out some bookcases that we want to put into our kitchen to extend our storage space in there, and also put in a proper pantry. The one we're using right now it works, but it works badly, and I want to maybe have that in place before the holidays hit, because that would be nice to actually have a space that's really easy and friendly for us to use, and it's more in the kitchen space, which I think I would like more. Let's see. Rita, Double Down Day, Your Path Forward, and HB90 Kickoff, and of course, the holidays with family. Definitely, yes. We've got the kickoff call for HB90 is the 15th. Your Path Forward, I want to say 6, 7, 8. I think. Double Down Day has a question mark on it. I'm not entirely sure what is happening. I simply know that there may be something else occurring. So we'll find out soon, hopefully. Let's see. Jess, I'll catch up on Double Down Day. Hopefully we're having some other kind of fun writing event. I'm not sure what it will be. Let's see. Elizabeth, I am going to go out with a friend and my sister on Saturday for lunch. My sister and I had to take a break from communication for a bit, but things are improving, so we'll be having fun on Saturday with this friend. I love that you guys took the time you needed to deal with that, right? Elizabeth, I'm still being communicating with me. That's good. Yes. Oh, 13th and 14th for, okay, for the Your Path Forward. So, where's my note? Oh, maybe that's changed from what she had originally. Okay, I will put 13 and 14 there, and there. Okay, thank you for that. Yes, and that is also part of it. If you're doing any yearly planning going forward into December, where this might be a good place for this. This goes under your personal. So what does that look like? What are you trying to, how much time are you going to give to yourself for that? Where is it going to fit in terms of the holiday and stuff? Are you going to try to get it done before? Are you going to try to get it done after? Let's see, Elizabeth, this friend and I had some issues, and my sister had some issues with her, but we've started communication again with her. It is better than it was before. Communication is key, guys, always. Just 13 and 14 for Your Path Forward. I think Sarah wanted to protect Double Down Day. Okay. Yes, it was originally said to be the same weekend as Double Down Day. Now I'm confused. Not sure. We will find out. We will find out. We will see what's coming up. So think about the kinds of changes that you want to be making, the things that you want to prep in terms of your home for the holiday. Maybe it's the time of year where you want to do a nice deep clean and get everything prepped and ready for family. And you can piece that out by room or section, whatever works for you. And just make that master list of what it is you want to achieve and get done. Okay, guys, so let's dive into our important tasks and go. Okay. Okay, what did you guys come up with? Jess, I'm glad it's the second weekend in case I still have to deal with the family stuff next weekend. Yeah, definitely. It's going to. Hold on a second. I'll look at my calendar here. Yeah, what I'm going to try to do for you guys this time around is I'm going to try to do a calendar, and maybe put it up in the community tab and try to get ahead of my dates and times on my lives and stuff to give you guys a better idea, because looking at the calendar, chaos may ensue and I need to get ahead of that. So I'm going to give myself a quick note. Community calendar for December. And then if any pop-ups or anything happen, I'll just do it that way. But I'm going to try to get ahead of that and try to figure out a plan. Let's see, if I miss Double Down Day, it'll be kind of a bummer, but I won't be as upset about missing that live class. True, very true. Okay, guys, now this one is pretty easy. This is at a glance. This is your availability. This is your days off, your sick days, mental health days. It's good to give yourselves a couple extra days in the month that you do not schedule, because face it, we're in the fall winter months and all the sniffly flus are about to happen. We want to be realistic, and the goal is you do not have 30 days. None of us do. None of us do. So things are going to come up. Things are going to be surprised upon us. Things are going to be planned that we really want to take part in and we want to be present for and enjoy. So we'll take a quick, for this one, I just go through the calendar and I basically slash out any days that I think are going to become some way compromised. They're not going to just be open days. They're not going to be regular life. Something special is happening there, and there may be either a need to adjust my schedule, or some things it's going to just be a day off. And so literally just put a slash through it. I'm not entirely sure how far I want to take this for HB90. I put a slash for the entire week for the 16th to 22nd, but I probably want to do some live streaming on that weekend, so I may tweak that a little bit and see, maybe do the 22nd or something and fiddle around with that a little bit. But I want to give myself time to do HB90 and really enjoy the process. It's been a while. Okay, guys, so let's take our 2-minute timer and let's be ready to just slash out those dates. And you know what? If you're wrong and you end up being able to, it isn't happening, bonus time, bonus time, bonus time, and go. What do we see here? One of the funerals is for sure Monday, so that day is slashed out for sure. And you don't know how exactly you'll feel, right? So you might end up getting a little bit of work in, but it's better to take it off, and so that way you know that if it does happen, then there's no pressure on yourself, and you can just do it if you feel up to it, right? Sarah mentioned doing daily live streams the week of HB90, which will be cool. Speaking of which, if you guys are interested in quarterly planning and learning more, the HB90 program will be starting December 15th at 3 p.m. Eastern with the kickoff call. I think it's up till noon that day that you can register. So if you have any interest in that or learning more, check out my affiliate link in the description and find out if quarterly planning is something that might be helping you to succeed. Let's see, Elizabeth, I need to do some Christmas shopping. Yes. That one, you never know how long it's going to take, right? So give yourself a little extra time, right, Anne? Now, the one thing I did not... I'm going to leave what I have slashed out because I think I'm going to leave that as my a little bit of a buffer. I think I'll leave that in there. All right, guys, so let's dive on in. So the ordinary world, page 1 should give you a good overview of how busy the month ahead will be and how the decisions you made will affect the time you have for your goals and objectives. So this should give you just that overview of all the things coming at you, so you know which days are going to most likely be free for you to go and just work on the projects that matter to you outside, of course, the regular things that you have to do. But it should give you a sort of a narrowing in of the availability you actually have. Let's see. Rita, hubby, and I tend to keep the gift shopping all in one day. Jealous. I wish. Okay, guys, we are leaving the ordinary world and we're going to dive on into the special world. Our ingredients for this are goals, the destination, the starting point, and the journey. And again, your preparation. You're going to be honest. You're going to check in with your values and make sure you're working on things that matter to you. Does this move you forward? Very important. We often will have ourselves doing things that seem productive, but they're not actually moving us in the direction of the things that we want to see done, that we want to see created and existing, right? So does this move you forward is a question we're going to use throughout. I want you to prioritize, and I want you to reflect and adjust. I need you to understand that sometimes things are not going the way that we thought they were going to do. So then we take a moment and we reset and we see what it is that we need to rework a little to make sure that we are going in the right direction. Let's see, Jess. Actually, I just remembered I have members only sprints with Angela on Mondays after Jody Jean. So I'll probably get something in at night, just nothing during the day. Yeah, there you go. So you're going to end up with more of a half day, right? Elizabeth, I'm looking forward to Sarah's end of the year 2025 live planning session. I enjoyed the one for 2024, although a lot of unexpected major changes happened in my year this year. Yes, and you have to be prepared for that, because that literally is life, right? We have no guarantees of what tomorrow's going to bring, so we live for today and we do our best to be present and intentional for ourselves. Okay, guys, so our templates are going to be these 2 pages, page 2 and 3. And I do have 6 goals here. You do not need to have 6 goals, guys. This just tends to be, I often find that there's usually some smaller things that I want to work on. The first goal is always health. I always make that one my biggest priority. Second tends to be my writing. Third is my editing. And then there's a few little things that I kind of use for 4 through 6 of things that I just want to be more intentional with. and make more of a priority, and actually take some time to be doing some actual thinking and journaling about as well. So that way, when I'm actually doing things in those areas, that I'm making better progress because I have a better view of what I want to do. All right, guys. So we have our goals, which is defining objectives, up to 6 goal areas, your must otherwise statement, reality, always want reality, and your goal is to, it provides motivation. This is going to keep you motivated moving forward into the things that you want to do, and help you to be able to make those steps into the success that you see for yourself. So the I must statements, let's see. So you have, this is for your goals, 1 to 6 goal areas for the month. As again, you don't have to have all of them. This is the part where we may actually only end up getting a little bit done, 1 or 2 goals, and that is okay because we're learning the system, we're working the system, and that's what matters. Okay, so we're going to use the statement, I must. What is the goal you're going to use? Otherwise, what's at stake? What is this going to cost you financially? Is this going to cost you a delay? Is this going to cost you maybe a potential relationship or opportunity? So the example is, I must make healthy choices, otherwise I won't have the energy and focus to accomplish my other goals. That's why I always do the first goal is my health, because it impacts everything else. So breaking it down, I must, what is your goal? What is it you want to achieve this month? Be specific, use measurements, time, use everything in the SMART goals to make sure that you're giving this the actual shape and meaning that it needs. This goal is tied to the bigger picture and may include multiple steps. That's what makes it a goal versus a task. Examples, I must finish the first draft of book 1. This is a large thing that I'm trying to do, right? This is something that is going to take multiple steps, multiple days. It is a commitment that is important to me. It works to my values, and it is a priority. Okay, so the other side of that is the otherwise. What's at stake? If you fail to achieve this goal, what will you lose? Example, I must finish the first draft of book 1, otherwise I will never know what it feels like to finish writing a book. For anyone that's a new writer out there, writing the end is an amazing feeling. It is, how do I describe this? It's like holding your first child. I mean, there's just something so special about that moment, right? So, okay, guys, let's take our get our 2-minute timer up. You may only get 1 or 2 done. Do not feel bad if you don't. If you only get 1, if you're learning the system, because this is going to be the cornerstone to keep you motivated and having you see what is at stake if you fail, because we don't want to fail. We want a success. We want to keep moving forward. We want progress, right? Okay, guys, so 2-minute timer, and let's figure out your I must statement and go. Okay. So one of the things for my health one that I've kind of changed, I'm finding that I need to increase my flexibility. It's something that I haven't been focusing on, and I want to add that in a little bit. So that is my intention for December, is not only to maintain the movements that I have now, but I want to add a little more core, and I want to add a little more stretching for flexibility, because at this point, those two I have found have been a little bit neglected in favor of more of the steps and the cardio side of it. So I must continue to be intentional in my movements and flexibility to ensure I make the changes to my overall health and well-being in order to have the energy and focus I need. I want to be able to move more fluidly and with a little more of a confidence. I also have a knee that's really bothering me, so I think I also want to maybe look into that and consider looking into that for my overall health as well and well-being, because it's really bothering me and I want to know what I can do about it, even if it's just simply getting a knee brace or something and protecting it for a couple weeks. I really do need to do that because that's affecting the other parts. Okay, guys, let's go on into our next section. So the destination, where do you land? This is day 30. This is the entire month has gone by, and we want to look at what your achievements and experiences have been throughout the month of December. This is kind of your wish list. We're going to use the deadline success equation. This is looking at the progress we want to make from where we are today to where we are on December, at the end of December, right? Oops. Actually, I should have said 31 days, but that's okay. And the goal is a defined outcome, because we want to know what we're heading for so that we can make the appropriate plans to get there, right? It's kind of like planning a trip and you want to go to Florida, but instead of saying you want to go to Florida, you just want to go on a trip. What does that look like? You don't even know where you're going, right? So in this case, we want to make sure that we can say what piece of our bigger projects we want to see done so that we can work toward that, right? Let's see. Jess, I actually need to head out. Apparently, we're putting up the Christmas tree, and given the events of the last few days, I don't want to say I don't have time right now. Yes, we'll go and put up that tree. That is a fantastic, wonderful family thing to do. Definitely go do that. I'll see you soon, hon. All right, guys. So the deadline success equation is what is the objectives you want to achieve by, you need a date here. When are you going to achieve this in order to meet a future deadline? So this is putting the pieces together. This is so that we can make sure that we're not missing out on something else that this connects to. So the examples I have, I will complete the first draft of Project North by November 30th in order to meet my first pass edits deadline of December 30th. The other one here is I will complete the third pass of revision of Project Love by November 30th in order to meet my deadline of sending my revised draft to my editor by December 15th. So, of course, we move these dates around. These examples were probably from previous months, but just to give an idea of that shape and the feel of that. Let's see, Rita, speaking of Florida, my daughter spent the night at the Vancouver airport on her way to Florida for a week. Interesting. The night, eh? That's not good. I mean, we have a nice airport, guys, but I don't think I want to spend the night there. All right, so let's dive into, so breaking it down. What is the objective you're trying to achieve that you want to see done December 31st? Define the objective, use stages, word count, or scene count, or story goals, whatever works for you. Example, I will complete the first draft of Project North, aiming for 90K. I say aiming for 90K because often we don't entirely know how long a story is going to take. The other example is I will draft a working outline for Project North and complete the first draft of Act 1 of Project North. So again, breaking it down and getting very specific on what measurement we're going to use to know whether we succeed or not. Okay, guys, by date. So this one's self-explanatory. When will you complete this? Make this an achievable goal that feels slightly uncomfortable. We do want this to be a bit of a challenge. We want to push ourselves, right? We want to push ourselves just a little. So example, November 30th means you intend to fast draft 90K. Is this too much? Like, we want to think in terms of uncomfortable, but achievable. So can you fast draft 90K in a month? You can. Is it sane? I've done it. But was it good for my health? And did I have burnout afterwards? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Was not a great decision. Let's see. Elizabeth, I will finish all assignments and study for finals in order to pass my classes. I am stoked to have some chill time in the month off between the end of the fall semester and the spring semester. Sweet. All right, guys. And the last part is in order to meet that future deadline. This is where we connect our goal to the next step so we don't stay stuck in one place. We can brainstorm or plot forever and never feel like it is ready to write. So I'm using writing as an example here, but this could be like the trip that I was talking about. You want to go on a trip, but you have no actual specific plans in place of what that looks like. So are you going anywhere? Not likely, because you literally haven't given yourself a destination. And in order to be able to make those plans, you haven't given yourself a window of time. You haven't actually found a way to, because face it, also, if you want to take that trip, there's all those steps ahead of it that you need to do. Maybe you need to go get your passport, right? Maybe it needs to get renewed, right? You got to buy tickets for that's going to do that in advance. All these different things. So in order to make that happen, we need to know so we can make all the other bits happen. So the example is in order to meet my editor's deadline of January 15th of 2025, right? So we have that tied to that future event to make sure that we don't mess up, because our editor, we miss that date, may not be able to take us again for several months. What happens then? The entire plan just blows up, right? All right, guys, so let's get our 2-minute timer on and see what we can do. Again, you're only working on 1 or 2 goals here. Don't try to do them all. It's gonna be too hard. Okay, guys, and proceed. So I hope you found that to be helpful. Let's see, Cami, well, that's brain fog. I just sat there on Facebook for 10 minutes with my water bottle open in front of me because I was supposed to take my vertigo pill. Oh no, I'm done now. Hey, it happens then. It happens. You probably knew there was something you need to do, and you just kind of got into your own head and decided all the other things you could think about and do. Okay, guys, now we're going to go a little bit reverse, and we're going to look at the starting point. This is day one. Where am I? Where am I starting from in this project or personal or objective that we want to achieve, right? This could be brand new. You can have done nothing on it, or you could have already taken a few steps in the right direction towards accomplishing it. So we want to take note of where the progress is so far. And again, if it's a new project and that you're starting on day one and it is literally day one, that is perfectly fine because you've made an intentional decision to start. And if you're starting from today, you just note the things that you maybe want to take note of, maybe some things you want to start using as markers to consider along the way, and just note down. This is a good one for a bullet point list, and just thinking through some of the things of where you're at, right? So this is day one. This is a reflection. This is taking stock, and our goal is an honest evaluation, right? So day one, we're going to use bullet points to list what you have achieved to date on the projects that are moving you forward in this goal area. This is an opportunity to celebrate our achievements and reflect on what needs more attention. We're not going to judge ourselves badly in any way, shape, or form here. This is literally just an honest evaluation and seeing what happened and what didn't. That's all there is to it, because you know what? Life does happen. And sometimes we overly plan and we think we can take on more than we have time for, right? So cut. If the project is not moving you forward toward the vision you have for this goal area, you're going to remove it, because we're going to also be looking at our values and making sure that the choices that we're making are actually moving us in a direction that feels good and is healthy for us, right? So if you have something in that project that is not really working and you've come to that conclusion, cut it. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't worry about the amount of time you put into it. If it's not working for you, it's not working for you, and that is okay, right? So cut. And literally, we're just going to take a look at where are you. This is example of bullet points for regarding a trilogy. So book one is set to publish December 1st of 2024. Book two is with the editor. Book three is at the brainstorming stage, partial outline. Your story Bible is up to date, and you need character profiles needed for 3 new characters that you have come up with and you want to take the time to develop and think about. Okay, guys, so let's get our 2-minute timer up and see where we're starting from on this goal, and go. Okay, so on my health goal, I've been really good for most of the year getting 10K steps a day. But recently, I have found, and that could also be directly related to weather as well. I broke my hip years ago. So when the weather gets a little more unstable, it hurts. And I think I've been letting that affect some of the other things I've been wanting to do. So I'm getting close. I tend to always get my 90 minutes in, but I usually need more than 90 minutes to get the 10K points. So I need to take a look at that. I have done no stretching, which is not good. So that definitely needs to start happening. That's starting from ground zero. Core occasionally, but not with any regularity or consistency. So I need to work on that. I'm doing planning has been really, really good. Planning is part of my health goal because it allows me to make sure that I'm making the time that I need for the things I need to do. My lots of journaling for story, but not a lot for process. So I'm gonna start maybe putting in a one time a week where I'm just doing some process journaling to basically look at things and break down what's working, what isn't, and go from there. And my water intake has been really good. So just an example of breaking down the health one, right? Okay, guys. Now that said, do I feel bad about any of that? No, because certain parts of it have been working. Other parts of it just need a little more intentional approach to them. All right, guys. So the journey. This is your action steps. This is your step by step by step. This is progress on projects. This is portioning. This is realizing that we do not have 31 days. We do not. And our goals is strategies executed. This is where we're going to think about how we're going to get there. We know where we want to go. We have our deadline success equation. We know where we're starting from, and we know that we want to get from point A to point B. This is a game where that little bit of reflection might come in, where we're realizing that maybe we bit off more than we can chew, but we will, of course, adjust that accordingly. So for this one, how will you make this happen? What steps need to be taken? Example, complete outline. This is a writing one again. Write the rough draft of book 3 and schedule editor for February 15th of 2025, right? So we have something that outline that's going to give us a nice support foundation for our writing. Writing the draft is that active step that's going to take us from point A to point B, because if we only ever stay in the outline stage, that's not going to help us, right? And then scheduling that editor for February 15th is going to have us with that external thing that is going to matter, that's going to keep us on task, right? Okay, guys. So let's do a 2-minute timer and just again do some point form as you work through and figure out what it is what things you're going to need to do, what tasks you're going to have to put into place to make this happen, to get from point A to point B, to get to that destination that you want to get to, right? This is pulling out the map, and this is choosing our route that we're going to take. Okay, and go, guys. Actually, Okay, what did you guys come up with? So I tried to break it down to, I haven't really been doing course, so I can't go from, sorry guys, 0 to 30 minutes because I would be in pain and I don't want to do that. So, so I'm going to start with 5 minutes and do that for like the first week, and then slowly add either 5 or 10 minutes depending on how it goes, until my ultimate goal is to have about a half hour of core. I don't know if I want to do every day. Maybe every second day might be smarter. And then in January, I might be able to up it to every day. And I think that would actually be a really strong, good way to enter 2025. Process journaling, I'm going to bake that once per week. Because I probably don't need more than that. I just want to sit down for about 15 minutes and just take a little thought of what's working and what isn't and what changes I can make. Stretches, again, don't normally do them, so I'm just going to start with like 5 minutes. Maybe find some nice videos for those. So let's do videos. I'm going to put in that one. Or maybe an app or something on my phone. Something will make it easy. Okay, guys. Let's dive into the week-by-week plan. This is your itinerary. And your preparation is be honest. Check your values. Is this achievable? We want to be honest with ourselves. We get to spread this over about 6 weeks, guys. So it should be something that we can do, but then we have to deal with the holidays as well. So we might want to pull back a little to leave time for those things. We're going to prioritize. We're going to reflect and adjust. So your itinerary is your weekly objectives, measurable achievements for each week, time management and realizing you can't do it all at once. That's not possible. And the goal is sustainable success. So then we're going to start thinking in terms of our who, our how, our what, our when, our where, and our why. That way we are breaking this down and making sure that we're looking at what we already have on our calendar and seeing how much time we can give to this thing. Sometimes it's easy to say that if we're only looking at a couple hours each day for a certain thing, then that is something that probably will fit in most schedules. But then again, we want to take a look because we have holidays coming up. All right. So we're going to use the last page of the template, page 4. So we have week 1 that starts November 25th and goes until December 1st, and we end off on week 6 that goes from December 30th to January 5th. So considering time, from page 1 of the template, you can see any days off or busy days that might affect how much you can achieve on a given week. Be honest with yourself and adjust it as needed. So all those little dates that you slashed out, we want to start putting minuses on those throughout those weeks to see how that's going to affect us, right? And move forward, right? So breaking it down, you have 6 weeks to make it all happen. 6 weeks to work a sustainable plan that won't burn you out. Key, right? 6 weeks to prove to yourself you can make real progress on your objectives. Because in 6 weeks, we can do so much, right? And let's talk strategy, guys. This is a marathon, not a sprint. We need to pace ourselves. You want to start strong and end strong. There's going to be some weak moments in the middle. That's normal, guys. Be consistent and plan to show up. That will give you the success you're looking for if you plan to show up for what matters to you. You're going to start with the end in mind, so you have that direction, that objective that is going to keep you focused and on task, so you're not wasting time working on other things that are not helping that goal, okay? You're going to work backward. You're going to create measurable goals for each week and break down the goals into weekly achievable steps. That's what we're looking to do. So let's take an example. I just kept the last one from last time. So week 1, this is an example of fast drafting a novel. This was of course used for November for as it was Nano and Rough Draft Challenge. But of course, we can use this anytime, or we just give an idea how things are broken down. So week 1 was build, plot and build an outline using a resource, using Save the Cat, which has 15 parts, 3 scenes for each, setup, conflict, and resolution to give a nice structure. Week 2 was to draft the Act 1, which was 10 scenes. Week 3 was to draft Act 2A, 13 scenes, and so on. And then week 6 was to create your afterthoughts document. Changes you know you want to make. Often as you're writing or working on something, you're getting down the meat of it, you're getting down the base, but there's things you know you're going to have to go back and tweak and change. But if you're always doing that in the moment, you're never going to get to the end, right? So literally just we'll have an afterthought document, and you can keep that one open even if something just comes up in the moment. That way you can get it down and get it out of your head. Okay, guys, so let's dive into our 2-minute timer and get into page 4. Oops, there we go. And start figuring out how that's going to look. Okay. Let's see, Rita, that first week for me remained in November. Monday will be December for me. Oh boy, this last one. Suggestion for this slide. Change either the background color or the text. Oh, okay. I will make a note of that. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, that is, I'll put it in maybe a white text so it's easier. So week by week, and let's go change font color. Yeah, it makes a difference when you're on the computer right in front of you versus your phone, right? So I will put that in white potentially, and I'll try that and see if that works. Thank you for that. Okay, guys, so let's dive in 2 minutes and break down our first goal and figure out where we want to end up, and then work our way backward. Actually, let's see if I do it quickly. That immediately looks better. Okay, so I will do that first one there. Much better, right, guys? Okay. Okay, so we'll leave that for the moment. We'll get started with the timer, and I will change those all out for us as we go. And go. Okay. So what did you come up with? I need to I figured out what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate the stretches and the core, and that way every day I have an activity, but at the same time I have an actual, it'll be an easy pattern that I can just keep up. So stretches one day, core the next, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I think that will be easy to maintain, easy to remember. It will be less work. I have to figure out which day of the week I think I would like to sit down and do the process reflections. Probably make that so it's maybe a Monday start kind of thing. I think that'd be a good way to start the week. Very grounding. And then like think about when these things will best work for you too, right guys? All right, let's see. Okay, so commitment, your new commitment statements. This is, you want to be honest, prepare to succeed, show up for yourself, prioritize, and grow. That's what we want to do throughout this. So every month we're going to get a little better and better. So I will make myself a priority and follow through and protect the time I need to make progress on the projects that matter to me. We are going to make this a great day. We're going to make this a great month. We're going to make it a great year. We want to work on prioritizing and protecting the time that we need. I know it's been a while since I did one in the weekly planning, but if you need to protect, we very much center in on defining what our protected time is going to be after working through all of the things that we need to do during that week, the commitments that we've already made, so that way we can actually protect that time and know that we have that special little piece out of those 168 hours of the week that are going to be our protected time for the projects that really matter to us, so we can prioritize them and they're already locked into the plan. So if you guys haven't seen one of my weeklies lately, grab one of the replays and take a look. Use the free template with that one and try it out. I hope you'll enjoy. Let's see. Kat, I'm helping my mom straighten up, listening and lurking. Very nice. Thank you, hon. Okay, guys. So complete your plan. This is repeat as needed. Preparation, complete the plan for all goal areas, as many as you wish to do. Again, you don't need to have 6 guys. No, no, no. You do you. Prioritize most important to least. This is what we also do in the weekly. We have the biggest goals to the smallest. Either work through one goal at a time or one step at a time, whichever is easier for you. I sometimes find that it is easier to go by the steps, because as I work through one, I start to get ideas of how to structure things versus going up and finishing out one goal at a time. So keep that in mind. And the goal is to complete your plan. Let's see, Cami Aka, I was almost 2 minutes behind the live. Hi, Rita. It's very wet here before it gets snowy, but that's coming tonight. No more. No. Okay, guys. So take your time. Repeat the steps for each goal until you have a completed plan. Don't stress yourselves out. Take it little by little. All right. Execute the plan. Moving forward, use this plan to define each week and adjust as needed, because this gives you that pre-planned look of what you're trying to do, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel each week, right? And most of all, enjoy the journey. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope where you are, the weather is playing nice and you're safe and warm, and that you're getting to enjoy your planning. And also the other part of this, guys, eventually get this into your actual planner. We do a lot of pre-planning on this channel because it's easier to break it down and see what it is we want to do and define it without trying to keep it pretty in our planners. Because face it, I don't know, most of you are like me, I like my planner to be neat and tidy. And that does not leave a lot of room for for chaos, right? As you're defining something. So as we work through the pre-planning stages, that means we can transfer that information into our planners and keep it nice and tidy and keep that motivation there, right? Keep the thing that makes us happy. Plus, then we also know what we want to write down, so we know where the stickers and stuff are going to go, right? And the washi tape. Okay, let's see, Cami, thanks for being with us again. You're so welcome, hon. I hope you also have a wonderful week. I may be too brain foggy tomorrow, but we can hope not. You're going to be fine, hon. I only have 3. I focus on physical, creative, and household. I like that. Nice breakdown. But there's only me and Panda, so if anything pops up, it can be called miscellaneous, and that's perfectly fine too. Okay, guys. Yes, I am on Saturday and Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern for some productivity sprints so that we can finish out the month strong and begin it strong. We have November 30th and December 1st, guys. So let's get all those things done and make time for ourselves and use that as part of our protected time and our community time. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks, guys. You're so welcome, Rita. I'll see you again Sunday. Family time is scheduled for tomorrow. Okay. Very cool. Chinese for American Thanksgiving. Neat. I like that. Food that is. Hey, that works. That works. Yeah, that's actually, we haven't had that for a while. Maybe. You're so welcome, Bryn. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, guys.